Good morning, ladies, gentlemen, and all my fellow Tarbinians, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft with Tarby. You may have noticed that today's episode didn't come with a intro. One thing we always try and do is a funny, unique intro to kind of kickstart the episode. However, we haven't done one in this episode, and that's because this episode we're doing things a little bit differently. In today's video, we're going to sit back, we're going to relax, and we're just going to have montages on montages of improving the Minecraft with Tarby world. There's loads of farms, structures, terraforming that we want to do in this episode. We will also be doing some questions and answers. I asked you guys questions on Instagram and we're going to drop them in throughout the video as well. So sit back and get ready for an epic adventure of building and terraforming in this unique building episode. Before we do anything, only a small percentage of people are actually subscribed. YouTube says that if you're watching this right now, there's an 80% chance that you're not subscribed. If you could click the subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it. It's free and you can always change your mind later.
Oh, we're so evil.
Thank you to the patrons, you know who you are, you guys keep me going. If you want to become a patron, the link is in the description. I really appreciate any support. So the first thing we want to do, we want to add some farms to the area. We want to efficiently be able to farm pretty much every type of resource on the Minecraft with Tarby world. I've had a mission in my head for a long time. I never want to go into a mine to get iron, tick, we've got an iron farm. I never want to go mining to get gold, tick, we've got a gold farm. I never want to kill phantoms legitly anymore. Tick, we've got a phantom farm. You get where I'm going. We want a farm for every single type of resource so we can become completely overpowered. So for the first part of this video, we're going to make some farms around the area. Let's jump in to our first montage. And that is it. Just like that, we have a new egg farm so we can have infinite chickens, and we've got a new sheep farm with every single type of coloured wool to farm. Awesome. We left the egg and sheep farms on run for about half an hour. They are fully automatic, so there's no way to turn them on and off, but they just kind of run on and on forever. So after half an hour, we managed to get 6 stacks and 6 eggs. I think about 12 of them eggs were already there, so if we call it 5 stacks and 10 eggs, that is absolutely awesome. There's about 6 chickens in there that are constantly generating eggs, and with these eggs we can use them for all sorts of things. If we want to spawn infinite chickens to kill them and get food, we can do that. If we want to make infinite cakes, we can do that. We can do so much now that we've got a constant resource of eggs. And it's in a massive chicken. Who doesn't love chicken? Chicken. We've then got the automatic wool farm, which is going to come so in handy, so we can always have different variety of wool, which we can then use to make carpets, different wool blocks. We can even just make loads of beds to go to the nether and netherite mine. I'm really happy with the design of this place, and I'm super proud of it. As you can see when we look through the chests, each chest has about around 26 to 28 pieces of wool, which is awesome. It means if I was to just play the game normally and carry on, these chests would gradually fill, which is effortless. What more could you ask for in a farm? I can't wait to use the wool out of this in different interior builds, in using it to colour up my builds. That's one thing I'm trying to work on, is making my builds a bit more alive and colourful, and I cannot wait to be able to use all this wool whenever I need it. But now we're going to move on to our next montage, so while these farms run in the background, we're going to move on. And for the next segment, we're going to answer your questions that you asked me on Instagram. I put a post on Instagram asking for you to ask me questions, and you've asked me loads of questions. So let's try and answer every single one. And while we do this, we're going to add some awesome structures to the Minecraft with Tarby world, including joining our main island up to another one. First of all, I'd like to say a massive thank you to everyone who's asked me a question. It really does mean a lot to me when you guys cooperate with me and get involved. I really do appreciate it, and I love the community we've got going here. Our first question is from Sammy, who says, how do you overcome burnout? I know with me I get burnout after a few hours on my world. So burnout is something we've probably all featured as a Minecraft player. The game is absolutely awesome, but sometimes you can just get lost and stuck to the point where you're doing the same thing over and over again and you're not getting anywhere. Or you are getting somewhere, but you're just not getting the same sort of euphoria as you once got. Now burnout is something I have felt a few times with the past year of doing YouTube, to be honest with you. Sometimes it can be a bit worn down at times, but I think the main reason I don't get it as much anymore is the motivation to want to give something to the audience, if that makes sense. I feel like every time I do a YouTube video, I'm pushing myself further and further to want to create great content for you guys. And I know if I can make you happy, while also pushing myself and improving myself as a creator, then that's enough to keep me going. One thing I can say though is if you're playing it every single day for hours and hours, you will just burn out and fall out of the game. Sometimes between recording I could take 2 days or so just to relax and just chill away from Minecraft, do something else, play something else, watch something else, and then I'll come back to it happy to start again. And that's our deal with burnout. Gioricas asks, what is your greatest ambition? This is going to sound very cliche, but my greatest ambition is to hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Yeah, that is all I think about, to be honest with you. I wake up every day. I want to do this permanently. I want to do this full time. I want this to be my life. I want you to be in my life. And that's what I want in my life. That's my ambition. And I'm going to try everything I can to get there. Amzia Kaiser asks, what movie genres do you like to watch? I mainly like superhero movies, adventure movies, that sort of thing. I like the sort of starts off not as a superhero, then grows and character builds and you get a superhero in the end. Kind of like Shazam, that sort of thing. Some of my favourite films are Batman Dark Knight, Shazam, you've got Spider-Man, like all the Spider-Mans, big Spider-Man fan. I recently watched Godzilla vs Kong in the cinema. That was a good film, to be fair. It's quite good seeing two massive monsters take each other on. But yeah, I like sort of action films, adventure films, that sort of thing. Adnan asks, how old are you? I am 23 years of age. Spiders asks, do you watch any anime? If not, start watching One Punch Man. Anyone who watches anime, do start watching One Punch Man. Not because I watch it, but because Spiders says so, and whatever Spiders says goes. I don't personally watch anime, to be honest with you. I don't really like it, I'm not gonna lie. It's never really been for me. I can understand why people like it, and I understand that a lot of people do really like it, which is awesome, and that's really cool that you like that. But it's just never really appealed to me, to be honest with you. I don't really watch a lot of cartoons. I mean, as a kid, obviously, I'd watch Yu-Gi-Oh!, I'd watch Pokemon, I'd watch The Simpsons, that sort of thing, but anime-wise, I don't really watch it, to be honest with you. No, it's not really something I'm interested in. Amzikazer says, set up tour. I don't have a setup. I've got a mic and a laptop, and I kind of just cart it about with me to room, so I don't really have an official setup. If I ever get my office that I want, then I'll do a full office tour, including my setup in that. But for now, all my stuff kind of just gets carted around with me. I'm kind of like a camel. I just carry my stuff wherever I go. Markamus asks, what is the next big farm you are going to build? So for this, I'm actually going to look at the comments on the last episode of Minecraft with Tarby, because I asked you guys to name what farms you want to see. So I'm definitely going to end up building one of them. Let me have a look. Sugarcane farm, Enderman farm, cactus farm, gas. Probably an Enderman farm. I've never actually built an Enderman farm, so I'm pretty intrigued to try new things. That's probably something I'd do. Mickle Pickle asks, when you do your face reveal, will you have a webcam for your videos? It's not a bad idea. It is something I have thought about. If I get to 1,000 subs, obviously you get your face reveal, but it is something I'd probably do. Maybe not on Minecraft with Tarby. Maybe I could do a special where I get my face in it. But probably on stuff like Add-on Showcase. Yeah, probably. Dandelion Heart says, what other games do you play? I play FIFA, Minecraft, and I usually have another game on the go, like an adventure story game. So at the moment, I'm doing Far Cry 5. I've just completed Red Dead Redemption 2 again. That's a good game. I like all the Far Cry series. They're really good. Grand Theft Auto, I play that time to time. Skyrim, that's a game I really, really love. Oh, Skyrim. Honestly, I love Skyrim. I could play Skyrim for days. On my Switch, I've got Zelda at the moment. That's really cool. I'm playing that again. I'm kind of like, I kind of love adventure games. I mean, I love Zelda. Honestly, Zelda's amazing. Zelda and Skyrim are probably one of my two favourite games of all time. Swift Bongo asks, do you have a beard IRL in real life? Get me to 1,000 subscribers and you can see for yourself. S.Nika asks, how are you? I'm alright, thank you. How are you? Let me know in the comments section. Thank you for asking. But that is it for all your questions. Thank you so much for cooperating again, guys, and getting involved. I really appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed seeing us build this bridge and this epic scenery in the background. Let's hop back into normal time. I'm really happy with how we're doing in this episode, and I'm really happy with the way we're getting on. We've built 2 awesome farms, and we've built some awesome scenery, including some awesome structures to really connect the world and make it feel more together. And I'm super happy with our progress so far. Again, thank you for your questions. I really do appreciate it. I love it when you guys get involved, and I try and get you involved as much as possible, so thank you. Speaking of being involved, if you could leave a like and comment and subscribe to the channel, that would help massively, and it's awesome to see that involvement from you. But yeah, thank you for all the questions. And speaking of questions, it's time for me to ask you one. Today's question of the day is, do you want to see more montage episodes? So do you want to see more episodes where we can get through a lot more building and a lot more structures, scenery, terraforming? Do you want to see more of that? Obviously, it means a lot more montages with music on. We can answer questions. We could even have topics we could talk about. Is that something you want to see more often? Is that something you want to see Minecraft with Tarby change into, maybe? Let me know in the comment section. If enough people want it, our next episode of Minecraft with Tarby will be the same. But speaking of montage, it's time to roll into our third and final montage of the day. And the theme of this montage is scenery. And that is it for the montages in this montage episode. I am super happy with how we've done here. There is so many unique structures, builds and changes to the scenery that I'm absolutely loving the accomplishments in this episode. I mean, look at the backdrop we've got here. Even this just makes it super exciting. Beforehand we had this tower all isolated by itself. Now we've got this tower that fits in perfectly and has a bridge leading to it and has a path leading up to it. It's so cool and I'm so happy with this. So let's recap on what we've built in today's episode. A completely automatic egg farm. A completely automatic wool farm for every single colour of wool. A bridge leading from the mainland to the watchtower, which connects all the land together. Loads of scenery and greenery changes around the watchtower and around the bridge to make it all look to life and look like it's meant to be there. We've added a creeper and a zombie statue to accompany the lonely skeleton statue. Different scenery and greenery and different structures absolutely everywhere. I mean, just have a look at this. This world is starting to look absolutely gorgeous. I'm more than happy with how this world turned out, and let me know in the comments, do you want to see another montage episode, because I'd definitely love to record one. Reflecting over it now, it's so awesome to see how far we've come from episode 1. We're 31 episodes in and you can just see how different it looks. It's so cool, and I'm extremely happy with how we're doing. Let me know, is this episode something you want to see again? I've really enjoyed doing it, so I hope it is. Minecraft with Tarby started off as a kind of just starter series. I didn't know anyone on YouTube at that time. And it's awesome to see how the channel is growing with this series and how the world is growing as well. If you've got any ideas for what to add into the world, please also let me know, because I'll try and include them as much as I can. But that is all we have time for in this episode, guys. I really appreciate you watching another episode. Next up, we're going to have a different video, whether it's an add-on showcase or a different type of video, I'm not too sure yet, but we'll look into that. If you've liked the video, then please leave a like. Please leave a comment with what you want. Do you want more montage episodes? Do you have any suggestions for the world? Do you just leave me a comment? Comment to me. If you've liked the video and you like me, then please subscribe and get the notification bell on so you never ever have to miss a video again. I really appreciate all your support. But most of all, I hope you all have a great day, and you may not know it yet, but you've just become Tarbyfied. See ya! Bye bye.